Are you a scuba diver, snorkeler, researcher, dive operator, or other ocean adventurer who loves to encounter manta rays when you're out exploring in the wild? Or are you like so many others and wish you could encounter manta rays? Here in this short video, I will share a success story where ocean explorers shared their manta ray observations with marine scientists to help them identify threats and get them onto the endangered species list. Let's get started. One study found that tourists spend more than $140 million a year in just 10 communities to see them. So alarms rang when they started to disappear, including in hotspots and where they're protected. And photojournalists were documenting that they were being fished heavily for their meat, fins, and gill rakers in locations around the world. In 2012, they were proposed to be listed on Appendix 2 of CITES. However, there wasn't the data or the information to support that international trade was actually threatening or causing the decline of populations. And that's when I was recruited to help to understand the international trade threats. And I designed and launched Manta, which was an online survey that recruited ocean explorers. These were expert local explorers that have more than 200 dives in an area over 2 years to report their observations of where they saw mantas alive and protected, or where they saw them fished and sold in the markets. And these results were published in a paper called Global Population Trends and Human Use Patterns of Manta and Mobula Rays in PLOS ONE in 2013. And here I'm just going to cover a little bit of the results. So this is the study area. It was a global study. You can see all the blue crosses. That's where we would expect to see mantas. And the black circles and black squares, that's where we got effort from local experts on what they were seeing. And you can see we had great contribution of effort and observations around the world. And here is one of the bigger figures, multi-panel figures, and I'll get into it in a little bit of detail, but here you can see the green cells are where you see lots of manta rays in the first panel, and in other panels the red is where there's lots of fishing or in the markets. And so let me just dive in a little bit here. So here we can see that the green squares are the locations of hotspots of manta rays. And red is few manta rays, and yellow is somewhere in between. And I'll draw your attention to this location in the Maldives, the southern coast of India and Sri Lanka. But you can look across and you can read the paper to learn more about other areas. And here you see that the crosses show the hotspots of manta rays. The green crosses show the hotspots of manta rays throughout the Maldives, and the 3 cells on the left. And the red cells show hotspots of fishing. So you can see that fishing hotspots were adjacent to hotspots of manta ray populations. And same with markets. So where they saw them being sold in the markets was right next to where there's hotspots, and also where they're protected. So then we compared that information with FAO reported landings. So this is where all countries report their fish catch, and only 2 countries reported catching manta rays, which is in contrast to what the observers reported, where they were being caught and fished and sold in markets around the world. So this discrepancy helped them get onto the endangered species list, because international trade was found to be a threat to their populations. So moving forward, now we want to continue to track mantas and see how the CITES listings or any protection measures are doing. We hopefully want to be monitoring the success of these interventions, but also to track any evolving or new threats, or the existing threats like illegal, undocumented, or unreported fishing. And also to track just how our education and how our mitigation interventions are doing. So today you can get involved with Manta. Whether or not you're seeing manta rays, you can report, log your dives, download the eOceans app, join eManta, which is inside of the eOceans platform, and log your observations. And it's really important to join the team even if you don't see manta rays, because you can think of, if populations start to increase, if you get those zeros and now we start to see manta rays again, we can see where they start to occupy new locations. So don't think about just reporting the presences, also reporting the absences. So that's like really around your effort, how many dives you're doing where you don't see manta rays. And then hopefully in future years or even generations, we can track the success of different interventions that we implement to rebuild manta ray populations. So I'm Dr. Christine Ward-Page. I'm the founder, CEO, and lead scientist at eOceans, also of eManta. And it would be great to work with you and ocean explorers that are seeing or hoping to see manta rays in locations around the world. And let us know if you have your own manta ray project that you'd like to get involved with inside the platform. So again, here's my contact information, and you can get in touch whenever you feel like it. Thank you.